Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. Today I'm going to do another pick a card reading, and this one is going to be just what's coming up for June 2020. So there will be 4 piles down here, and you will choose for yourself which group of cards is speaking to you. I used the seashells again with the beads inside, the colored beads. I liked that. I thought it was kind of colorful and cute. So I'm going to use those again. The reading is just all about what's coming up for you in June 2020. I don't know what's in the cards yet. I won't know until I turn them over. I have them all dealt out, but I haven't looked at them. So these are just your messages for June 2020, and hopefully there'll be a little bit of guidance in there as well. As always, keep in mind that this is a general reading. So if you want a personal reading, you can contact me at sandytoetarot.com. That is my website, and if you go on there, you'll find out how to get in touch with me and how to request a personal reading. If you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. If you subscribe, remember to hit that bell so that you can get notified whenever I do upload a new video. And as always, if you think this would be helpful for someone else, please do share my either my website information or information about these free readings that I do on YouTube. I think that's all for the advertising today. I do appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel and for just coming here to take a look every once in a while. I really look forward to this time every week. I feel like we are connecting. Even though we're not face to face, I do feel like that it is my time to connect with you guys, and I really, really enjoy it. So thank you for coming to watch these videos. As always, I will put the timestamps in the description below, and you can find out whenever your reading is going to start, and you can skip ahead if you want to do that. So here we go. So as I said, I do have 4 piles down here. Again, I chose the seashells with the beads in them. So pile 1 or group 1 is with the purple bead in the seashell. Group 2 is the green bead in the seashell. Group 3 is the turquoise bead in the seashell. And group 4 is the hot pink bead. It's a little, it's pretty dark. It's a little purplish, but it is definitely, it's a pink color. So choose the group that you think contains the messages for you for June 2020. So again, that is group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So go ahead and choose the group that's speaking to you, and I will get started with group 1. Okay, so if you chose pile 1 with the purple bead in the seashell, these are going to be your messages for June 2020. So these 2 cards from the Herbal Tarot are advice from Spirit. We'll keep those till later. We'll save those for a little bit. The Sacred Traveler card that you got is Rainbow Blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Wow, what an amazing card. That is definitely a card of abundance. Got the rainbow. Okay, so for some details for what's coming up for June 2020, you got the 3 of Wands. You got the King of Pentacles. And you got the Judgment card. So let's start with this, Rainbow Blessings. I'll read this out of the book, The Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn. I love these cards, but this one is a particularly beautiful one. So, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know, when the rainbow appears in the sky above or in an oracle card, Have faith that blessings are abounding. Count your blessings. Be grateful for the ones received and know that many lie ahead of you. In the deepest sense, you are the blessing. In many ways, the rainbow is a messenger from the Creator, letting you know that all is well. This card can also indicate that it's time to add some color in your life, paint a room, change the colors of your curtains, or simply spice up your life. That is a fantastic card. So let's talk a little bit more about what's coming up in June besides an abundance of blessings. So we have the King of Pentacles card here. And the King of Pentacles is the card of Gemini in the tarot deck, in the minor arcana of the tarot deck. Geminis are air signs, so they are mental, communicative, and idealistic. But this is also a card of being kind of the master of your material things. If you look at the court cards in the minor arcana, you have a page, a queen, and a king of each suit. There's a knight in there as well. So as you progress through those stages, you are embodying the element of whatever that particular suit is. And this particular suit is the Pentacles. Pentacles are material things. They're money, they're houses, food, clothing. I always say food, clothing, shelter. All those things that you need to survive in the material world. So when a king of a suit shows up in your reading, that means that you have mastered, you're in the highest phase of that particular suit. You have mastered the material things in your life. You have found a way to make a decent living. You have surrounded yourself with everything that you need in the material realm, whether it's houses, boats, whatever you need, in the material world, furniture, food, clothing, shelter, all those things. So in June, you're coming to the realization that you have mastered this, that you are doing really, really well financially, and things are abundant for you. So following the King of Pentacles, we have the Judgment card, and the Judgment is a major arcana card. It's the number 20 in the major arcana card. And judgment shows up in your life when it is time to kind of wake up to life. If you notice, these people are actually in coffins. They look a little bit ghostly. They're kind of whitish, and they are putting their hands up to the heavens, and you have this archangel in the sky sounding the trumpet, wake up. Now this card shows up a lot of times when you've had a period of dormancy. For example, if you live in the northern hemisphere and you live actually up north in the northern hemisphere, you can have some really, really rough winters. A lot of snow, a lot of ice, very, very cold. And during those winter months, I don't care how strong and energetic you are, it is a little bit of a time of resting, a time of hibernating, a time of preparing, contemplating, preparing for the next phase in your life, planning. It's just a little bit of a time when things slow down, and you use that time to prepare for what's coming up next. Now this card can also show up when you've just had a period of time when you've been a little bit too much of a couch potato. Or when you've gone through, as a nation or as a world, you've gone through a period of self-isolation, self-distancing, which causes you to stay at home. And some people in some parts of the world have actually been forced to stay in their homes and not get out and not do too much, right? So what this card is saying is, wake up to life. It's time. So that is followed by, I love this card. This may be one of my favorite cards in the whole tarot deck. It is the Three of Wands. It is a card of, wands are energy, right? So the Three of Wands is like a striking out with creative optimism. From the Two of Wands, where the Two of Wands is you have two wands in your hand, you're trying to decide, you're looking out on the world and you're trying to decide which way you want to go. In the Three of Wands, he has picked up one of those wands. He's decided which way he wants to go, out into the world. You notice it's out into the world. He is standing on the edge of the cliff. He's looking out over the ocean, which represents the big, wide world out there. He's decided which direction he wants to go in. He's taken up his rod and he's moving in that direction. Love this card. So as a general message for June of 2020, this could not be more succinct. So what is going on here is you have reached a period in your life when you have mastered the financial things. Everything is stable. Everything is good. You have everything that you need to survive: food, clothing, shelter, a nice house. You have furniture. You're good. You have no problems whatsoever. However, there has been a little bit of a time of being stagnant, and in June, you are going to wake up to life. You have found something that inspires you, that you want to do. You've decided on what it is. You're going out in the world and you're going to pursue whatever that is. So let's look at these two cards and see if we can get a little bit of advice from Spirit for how to handle this month of June, which actually looks wonderful. It looks like a beautiful month anyway. So what we have here is the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So this is interesting that both of these are eights. Eights in numerology represent like a drive for success. Eights are the business of business. It's authority, ambition, building a business. So the Eight of Wands is inspiration. So many ideas. And they're just coming at you one right after another, which is fantastic and can be really fantastic after a little bit of a period of non-movement, after a period of nothing going on, been a little bit dormant. So you have all this energy coming into you, all this, these new ideas that are coming at you, and the warning for this card is use it or lose it. So when you get that kind of energy and that kind of ideas coming at you, you should be super, super grateful, and you should take advantage of it. So the other eight that we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. This is perfect with this reading because Pentacles, eight Pentacles are pretty good, right? So you're working at something that is going to bring you financial gain. But the deal is you're working at something that you love. You actually love it. And because you love it, you're willing to work hard at it. And eventually it will bring you material success. So I think the advice from Spirit is that in June, you will be taking up whatever it is that you decided to move forward with. I think it has something to do with business. I think you've got some creative ideas here. I think you are taking the ball and running with it. You've made a decision that you are going to pursue something that you love in order to further your financial future. You know, a lot of people get stuck into dead-end jobs because they feel like they have to be there, because they have to have the money, and that is a very practical view, and I get it. I have been there. But really, conventional wisdom is that if you do something you love and don't focus on the money, do it because you love it. When you're doing that, you're giving the world something. You're offering something to the world. And because of that, you are rewarded for it. You are rewarded for it financially. So find out what it is that you love. Wake up to life. Start pursuing it. Move forward. Get out there and do it. Now is a really, really good time to start. You have the foundation that you need to do it. You are blessed in the month of June with the promise of many more blessings to come. So that is a really great reading, you guys. What could be better than that? It looks like June is going to be really exciting for you and a really exciting month to move forward. So as always, I wish you all the best, and I will see you next week. Namaste. Hi guys, welcome back. So if you chose pile 2 with the green bead in the seashell, these are going to be your messages for June 2020. The Herbal Tarot cards are advice from Spirit, so we will hold off on that for a little bit, and we will look at the Sacred Traveler card. So this month for June 2020, you got stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. And for detail cards, what's coming up in June? You got the 5 of Swords. You got the Knight of Wands. And you got the Death card. So let's start with the stepping into power. I will read that from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card book by Denise Lynn. Okay, so the Sacred Traveler wants you to know the greatest power is silent and deep. It doesn't need a show of force. It just is. If you've lost or given away your authority to something or someone else, it's time to reclaim it. If you're afraid of standing in your truth because you're afraid of being judged, shunned, or rejected, it's time to let go of your hesitation. If you've been carrying responsibilities for others, you're stronger for it. However, it's time to decide to either let them go or continue forward with them, but on your terms. You have a remarkable inner spiritual power that is born of sacred love, wisdom, and grace. Wow, that is a super deep message for the month of June for you guys. And then you have some pretty powerful cards here too. So let's talk about the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is conflict. Swords are not particularly fun energy most of the time, but the 5 of Swords is a particularly tough card. Something is going on. There's a little bit of conflict around you. There's 2 ways to read this card. First of all, if you decide to fight this fight, you can be victorious. You will win. But there's also these people down here who, as you can tell, are walking away from this fight. And that's also the wise decision to make a lot of times too. Sometimes it's better to walk away from the fight than it is to fight. Unfortunately, the message of this card is, even if you do win, the cost is so high, it's not even worth it. So choose your battles carefully, I would say, and don't be afraid to walk away from a fight, because sometimes it's just not worth it. Okay, so the good news is we got the Death card in the center of this reading, which means that this period of conflict is, thank God, over. So yes, coming into June, you have had some tough energy that you're dealing with. However, in June, you experience a death and a transformation. I really like the death card because, you know, it comes along when things have probably been bad for a long time. It's I heard someone call it the cosmic garbage sweeper. It's like, okay, we're done with this. Let's move forward. But this is a huge transformation. It's not something small that's happening in your life. This is huge, and you transform here into the Knight of Wands, which is a beautiful card of Wands are energy, and this Knight of Wands is adventure. It's fast moving energy coming into your life, and it's energy of action and adventure. Something through this process of whatever conflict has been in your life and is passing away, you've decided what it is that you want to do moving forward. And whatever it is very exciting. It's very fun. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can mean a sexual adventure that's coming into your life. You can have a romantic person, coming into your life that offers something in the way of a sexual relationship that is fun and exciting. So these cards to me are pretty vague, so I think we're going to have to get some clarification on them. But let's look at the words of wisdom from Spirit here and see if they provide a little bit of guidance for us. Okay, so so we have the Fool card. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the King of Cups. So that is a little bit helpful. Let's start here with this King of Cups. It might be this person that's coming into your life. So the King of Cups is a Cancer card. Cancer is a water sign. Water signs are very observant, mysterious, and emotional. Cancers are highly intelligent. They're very good relationally relating to other people. They're really inclusive. That's what I like most about Cancers. But they're really kind people. If you think about the symbol for Cancer, it's a crab. So they have that hard exterior sometimes, but then on the inside they're just kind of ooey and gooey and sweet or whatever. So if it is not actually a Cancer person, it can also be an older gentleman who is really good with relationships. He's really good at relating to people, and he knows how to handle relationships. He's mastered his relationships with friends, with family, with coworkers, all kinds of relationships. So this is a good person to go to for advice in those kinds of things. Okay, so these are both, you know, you got the Death card here, which is a death to all this conflict and a transformation, which indicates a new beginning. Both of these cards indicate a new beginning. So the Fool is the Major Arcana card. It is like the beginning of the Major Arcana card. It's stepping out into the unknown. And the 0, this is the only 0 in the deck, in the tarot deck, and it represents all it is, including all potential. So in the Fool card, this person is stepping out on a journey into the unknown, not even knowing where he's going, what he's doing, how he's going to get there. He just doesn't know. However, he's very excited for the journey, and the journey is full of infinite possibilities. So the Ace of Pentacles aces are always new beginnings, and they're new beginnings. If you notice, the hand of God is in this. It's always a new beginning, and it comes from God. So maybe after a period of conflict, a period of frustration, you're coming into a period of financial abundance, actually. Pentacles are abundance. Pentacles are money. They're material things. So something is coming to you in the way of material things, and it is a gift from God. So I want to get one card. Boy, this is really a powerful reading. So whatever it is, this conflict, you are definitely overcoming it through your power, through your own personal power. You have overcome this conflict, and you are moving forward into this really bright, amazing, fun future. So I'd like to get a clarifier on this conflict here first to see maybe if we can get some more information about what the conflict is about. So can I get one for the Five of Swords? What is this conflict about? To clarify the Five of Swords, we got the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is kind of a card of moving away from conflict. So I don't think that clarifies what it was about. However, I will say this card might have some indication of family, because 6 is the number of family and home. So, and there is a family in this boat. So, I feel like this conflict might have had something to do with family. The Six of Swords indicates that the time of conflict is over. You have survived it. You are moving forward. There's still a little bit of sadness about it for sure. But you have everything in your power that you need to be able to move forward. And I do want to get one clarifier on this Knight of Wands, because I want to see if it looks like it could be an adventure, but it could also be a person coming into your life. So let's take a look at this Knight of Wands and see if we can get clarification on that. Knight of Wands. One card. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So, wow, this is coming in fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Swords. Knights are things coming into your life. So you have new adventure coming into your life. You have this is fast moving in energy, you guys. The swords are kind of new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of thinking. But these two knights together just indicates to me that you're moving out of this situation very quickly. You've got fast moving energy coming here, and you're moving on to this life down here. I kind of feel like it's a new adventure. I don't feel like it's a new person coming into your life. I feel like you are moving out to a new adventure, out into the world, boldly, so boldly. But you don't have to worry about it. Step into your power. Step into your power. Step off the cliff. Go. It is time to go. It's very exciting. Whatever it is that you're moving into will bring you, not only will it bring you abundance, personal abundance in your life, that is a gift from God for you. It will also bring you great harmony in your relationships. Fantastic reading, you guys. So that was your reading for the month of June. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice week, and we will see you next time. Namaste. Okay, if you chose pile 3 with the turquoise bead and the seashell, these are going to be your messages for June 2020. These cards are from the Herbal Tarot deck, and they are going to be our spirit guidance cards, so we'll hold on to them for a second. So the oracle card that we got for June is Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. So a little bit more detail from the Rider-Waite deck. We got the 5 of Wands. We got the 9 of Wands. We got 4 here. Oh my gosh, with all the wands. We got the 7 of Wands. And we got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so let's start with this Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. I'm reading this from the Sacred Traveler Oracle Cards by Denise Lynn. So the Desert Passage says, the Sacred Traveler wants you to know the desert path can seem like a vast wasteland, yet it is in the isolation that immense insights and intuition can emerge. In times of old, sages and visionaries retreated into the desert to connect more deeply with spirit. If in the past you trusted your instincts and then later it seemed to be a mistake, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often those things that we thought were mistakes in the past, in hindsight, were the best things possible for us. As you open to your intuition, you will sense messages from and the loving presence of your spirit guides and ancestors. This is a potent plan for your life. There is a potent plan for your life. Trust. Okay. We've all been in the desert, haven't we? At one time or another. It's not a vast wasteland. You have to trust that everything is happening the way it's supposed to be. And there is a divine plan. So it seems to me like there's a little bit of conflict going on in your life. The 5 of Wands is the conflict card. This can be a card of conflict or competition. It can also be a card of internal conflict, which I think is what is happening here. Wands are energy, ideas, right? Wands are energy, creativity. There's a little bit of competition going on in your own head. And the reason I say that is because the 9 of Wands is the card of mental exhaustion. It's a card of a warrior who has fought hard, has fought long and hard, and though they have to still be in the battle, they are exhausted. So the 7 of Wands is the message of the card is it's time, you need to hold your own. There is going to be pressure not to hold your position, whatever your position may be and whatever it may be about. It's time to hold your position because it is right for you. You are in the right in this particular circumstances. You may not be in the right for everybody, but for you, it is right. So all these cards together indicate to me that there's some internal conflict going on. You have been a little bit exhausted by the energy that it has taken. It is taking a lot of your energy, actually, to the point of exhaustion. And there is a lot of pressure for you not to hold your position right now. Whatever this conflict is about, you have ideas about what should happen and the way it should, about the outcome of it and the way it should be handled and the way you should handle it. There's pressure from other people for you to go their way. There's competition for your agreement, I guess is the word for it. There are people who want you to follow their path, and you do not feel like that is right for you. There's pressure for you not to, but you have decided that you're going to hold your position. And that's probably what this desert passageway is about. Sometimes when you're out there alone in a situation like this, there are a lot of people who have ideas about what you should do, which way you should go. When you have to be in a position to hold your own, when you have to be the one to say, I'm sorry, I cannot do that, that is not going to work for me. But all of the other people around you it's like, what's wrong with you? You know that everybody else is on board with this. Why are you not on board with this? That's tough. That's a tough position to be in. That's why you feel like you're out in the desert and all alone. Because it may be right for them, but it is not right for you. And there's pressure for you to not hold on to your position, but you decided that you're going to, and absolutely you should. That's what this message is saying. You are right. You need to hold your position. It is exhausting. You're really tired, but it's okay because you're in the right. And here's some good news. The Knight of Swords. Knights are always things that are coming into your life. I like to do this horse hopping into your life thing here. But Knights are always things that are coming into your life. The Knight of Swords is swift moving energy. And swords are new ideas, and this particular guy is carrying his sword of truth. So what this indicates to me is there is going to be a swift energy shift, and there's going to be some relief from this pressure for you. Something is coming in to relieve some of that pressure. Some new ideas are coming in to validate that you are holding the sword of truth. So let's see what we get from guidance from our spirit guides here. Oh my gosh, you got the Nine of Wands again. You got the Six of Cups. And you got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is good. So I love it when Spirit does this, when they just kind of reiterate a message. This is kind of bringing this home for you. Because you got the Nine of Wands twice, that is Spirit saying, I know you're tired, and I want you to know I see how this has drained you, and I'm sorry, but the good news is it's coming to an end. Nines are always endings. So this conflict that has drained you so is coming to an end. And here's how, and this is all in the month of June, right? Okay, so here's how it's gonna end right here. So you have some fast moving energy coming into your life, and I feel like this is some support with new ideas, new approaches, new ways to handle this situation that will prove you right. This knight is carrying the sword of truth. That will let you know that you have been right to hold on to your position. So what the position is comes from, you got the Six of Cups here, and the Six of Cups is the nostalgia card. It's kind of the card of your youth. It's kind of the card of your childhood. So what needs to happen here is you need to go back into your childhood and find out which one of these 9 wands you were at one time passionate about. What was it that you wanted when there was an innocence about the situation? which one of these 9 wands was going to take you into a bright and happy future. And that will take some soul searching, and it will take some soul searching into your past. And like I said, it's nostalgia, right? The Six of Cups is the nostalgia card about your past. In this particular case, it's okay. It's okay to be nostalgic about your past, because what you're trying to find is that inspired you when this situation was all very sweet and innocent. Maybe it was in your childhood. It doesn't necessarily have to be in your childhood, but it was in the past when this situation was new. So when you figure out what it was that inspired you, which one of these 9 wands inspired you in the beginning, then you take that wand up and you run with it. The knights are things that are coming into your life, right? So the Knight of Wands is fresh energy and fresh ideas. So in this case, it is a new energy around the idea that inspired you. Find the idea that inspires you and run with it from this situation. Let the rest of it go. The conflict is over, thank God. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward with a fresh idea and in a state of innocence, in a state of newness. It's all very innocent. It's all very new. Let's let all this go. This is over. Go into the desert. Find your energy. Find your idea. Find the one that you want to run with, and go with that as though it is a completely new beginning, with the innocence of a child. So that is what I have for you for the month of June. The good news is that the conflict and turmoil is coming to an end, and in the month of June you will find out what it is that you want to move forward with, and you will be able to move forward in a much lighter way. So that is good news for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will see you next time. Have a great week. Namaste. Welcome back, guys. If you chose group 4 with the pink bead in the seashell, these are going to be your messages for June 2020. These are the herbal tarot cards that I pulled. They are going to be advice from spirit, so we will hold on to those for just a minute. The first card we're going to talk about is the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, and this month for June it's going to be Taking Shelter. The answers are within. And for a little bit more detail, we have the Rider-Waite cards here. Whew. First card we got is the Wheel of Fortune. We got the 2 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Cups. So let me read this Taking Shelter info from the book. The book is The Sacred Traveler Oracle Cards by Denise Lynn. So that's a great looking card. It looks like it's winter time. Looks like it's time to go within. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the Hermit card in the Rider-Waite deck. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know when winter comes or a storm threatens, the traveler takes shelter. It's a time of incubation, retreat, and gathering of inner resources. It's time to plan and prepare for the future and for springtime, new beginnings, and a new cycle. The traveler knows the importance of rest and recuperation. Take care of your body and your health. Watch your dreams for insights about the future. Repair whatever needs to be repaired in your life. So June for you guys is going to be a little bit of a time of going within. which coincides with the Four of Cups. So the fours are stability and practicality, but they're also a little bit of, can be stagnant energy. In this particular deck, the Rider-Waite deck, you have 3 cups sitting down in front of this young man. He's sitting there staring at it, very dissatisfied with all 3 of them. And he's being offered this new cup. It's a 4th cup. And if you notice, it has the hand of God in it. So this is being offered from God. He doesn't know if he wants it. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't excite me at all. So that's where he's at. He's just in a place of boredom, stagnation. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, are material things: food, clothing, shelter, houses, cars, furniture. The Two of Pentacles is kind of like a juggling of material things. It's kind of like you do have enough financially. However, you do have to maybe sometimes rob Paul to pay Peter, or rob Peter to pay Paul, however that goes, I'm not sure. But it is kind of a juggling thing that's happening around material things. A little bit of indecisiveness too. There's a little bit, twos can mean uncertainty, and I think with the Two of Pentacles, there's definitely that uncertainty there about the financial future. But you're handling it. You're not growing financially, but somehow you have figured out how to juggle everything and make it work. So the last card we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. What better card could there be than the Wheel of Fortune? Well, there are a lot of good cards, so, you know, you can't compare them, right? But this is a good card. It is a good time. So the Wheel of Fortune is a 10, and 10s are endings and beginnings at the same time. So what this tells me is this little bit of stagnation, this little bit of being a little bit bored, not really growing, having to juggle finances, trying to figure out how you're going to make ends meet. Just a bit of a period of blah is how I will describe it, is coming to an end in a very, very good way. The wheel is moving in your favor. It is moving forward in your favor. So you're in for June. You are in for change, a new cycle. The wheel is moving forward, and it's moving forward in your favor. That's a little bit vague, so I'm going to take a look at these, our Herbal Tarot, to see if we can get some more clarification on this. We have the Four of Wands, and we have the Moon. Okay. So another 4 here, right? You got 2 4s. So this 4 is the card of celebration, actually. It's a card of you have reached the point in your progress or in a plan that you have had where it's time to take a little bit of a break and celebrate it. And then with that, you have the Moon card. The Moon is the card, the Pisces card in the Major Arcana card for Pisces. It is walking down a path a little bit in the dark. It's lit. The path is lit a little bit by the moon. So you're going to have to kind of follow your instincts to move forward. There's a lot going on beneath the surface that you do not know about. You're going to have to follow your instincts to move forward one step at a time, You do have a little bit of light by the moon, but you're going to have to go within to find the way forward. It comes from intuition. It comes from your instincts. If you notice, there's the scorpion there just ready to bite or sting or whatever scorpions do. There are a lot of things along the sides of the path that could be dangerous, that could lead you down the wrong way. So you do want to stay on the path, and you want to trust your instincts moving forward. This is such the vagueness of this reading is so profound. I think it is on purpose, but I will see if I can get some clarifiers. We'll see what happens here. What is very clear is there has been a period of stagnation that is indicated by the fours. You are, in June, you are moving forward. The wheel of fortune is moving forward. It is moving forward in your favor. But it kind of, there's a little bit of secret about, it's so vague about what that means. At this point, it looks like it's going to remain vague. But the first thing we're going to try to clarify is that Wheel of Fortune. So if I could get one card on the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I got a couple. Okay, so the clarifier for the Wheel of Fortune is the Two of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, tens are endings and beginnings at the same time. And the Ten of Wands is the card of being overburdened, like you have too many things going on. They're all on your shoulder. You have picked up all of these burdens. You've been carrying them for a very long time. You're weighed down with a heavy load. But because it is a 10, that means that part, that is coming to an end, and you're moving into a new beginning, which is where the Wheel of Fortune comes in again. Okay. Here is what I'm seeing. Where you are going is so vague in this because I think you have to figure that out for yourself. June is going to be a time where you go within and you figure out where you want to move going forward, how you want your fortune to change. You're doing it yourself. The Two of Wands is, wands are adventures, they're energy. So this guy is standing at the edge of the cliff. He's looking out on the ocean, and he's got two wands by him, and he's holding the world in his hand. So it's literally looking out on the world and making a decision about which direction you want to go in. And you're not there yet. You're just standing on the edge of the cliff, looking out at the world and trying to see where you want to go. For the month of June, you're going to have to go within, and you're going to have to find the answers there. I feel like you've got it, although we have been in a period of stagnation for a long time and kind of going within, I feel like you've got a little bit more of that ahead of you. The good news in June is when you figure that out, the Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor and you can move forward. The progress will be slow because you're moving forward by instincts, and that's how you're going to have to make this decision. When you decide to move forward, it's going to be baby steps. You won't be able to see the whole picture. But you have to trust. You're going to have to trust your instincts. You're going to have to trust your intuition to carry you forward one step at a time. So that's very interesting. It's not, it's not very illuminating. I think for June, you have some soul searching to do. You have to figure out how you want to get out of this stagnation. You do want to get out of it. I do feel like that. I feel like you're tired of being burdened down. You're ready to move out, to look out on the world and see how you want to move forward in the future. And fortune is coming in to help you do that in the month of June. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, and it's going to take you down the path that you decide to go down. You make the decision. But it's going to be slow going. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, and you're going to have to trust your instincts and your intuition every step of the way. So please, if this reading is speaking to you, please, once you decide what direction you want to take, please put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear how this reading applies to you, and how you're going to move forward, and what your thoughts are. So that's all I have for group 4. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you next time, and namaste.